Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Regina from IBM Korea. Today, I would like to share with you how IBM is leading the software-driven society and data AI-driven society. And I will also explain about the roles of IBM in this era. And IBM is proceeding with a program which was previously explained by the keynote speaker. Today, I would like to explain about details how such program was implemented in Korea. Our PTech program is the answer to a lot of questions, and please refer to our case, and I hope that more experts in the area of AI and data will be nurtured who will make great contribution into our society and country. In 2020, we have experienced something that we never experienced before. Actually, these days, we are contacting each other through digital channels. I myself didn't really enjoy online shopping before, but these days I am receiving a lot of deliveries of products that I purchased online. We cannot really enjoy our life outside home. So these days we are interacting with the internet world more often than before. And there is an institution that makes announcement about how people around the world are using internet. As you see on the slide, some people spend the largest amount of time for watching videos, clips, or short video content or movies. Compared to 3 years ago, people these days are spending much more time enjoying these online contents, and people are enjoying and using much more data. And some people are even creating data these days. In the 21st century, data will serve as a resource which is as important as natural resource. And it's important that we need to transform the data into meaningful information, but only 20% of the data we receive are translated into meaningful information. Every day we produce, create data. If we want those data to be used as meaningful information, we will be able to enjoy great benefit. And in order to enjoy such benefit, software education is very important, and we need the talents in the area of software. That's why we are holding this seminar, I think. I'd like to tell you the story about IBM. In 2011, we marked the 100th anniversary of IBM Foundation. In 2011, we held two meaningful presentations. In the presentation, we mentioned that we made some announcement of our AI engine named Watson. In an American quiz show, Watson participated in the quiz, and it competed with people who had a high score. And Watson was very successful in its performance in the quiz show. So Watson actually understands our natural language. It can also do some computation calculation. It can also do reasoning. And it can also converge various sets of data and give answer to many of our questions. This is why Watson is very meaningful. And the other announcement we made in 2011 is that we need to make proper preparation for the upcoming AI era. And we thought about the relevance of workforce. We we thought about the necessity for workforce ready for AI. That's why we started PTech study. Since 2011, we have expanded the application of PTech, and in the relevant schools, a lot of talents were produced, and they're making great contribution to the society. And why do we need these people? We need to think about the needs of companies and businesses. More than 60% of the global corporate owners feel that our current talents are lack of skills and capabilities to respond to the upcoming AI era. And many leaders feel that the current education system is not good enough to prepare ourselves for the future, not only responding to challenges at currently. And many leaders also think that we need to develop and nurture new talents. As a corporate citizen, companies need to come forward more actively to nurture talent. That's how the leaders of companies feel these days. In the past, companies were not really active in trying to give support for educating talents. Companies just wanted educational institutions to nurture the talents they need. But nowadays, companies are coming forward more actively to provide education to the students, the potential talents for those companies to be better ready for the future challenges. So there have been changes in the needs of companies. New color is a new concept IBM has announced. Data and AI are at the center of our business. In this regard, our expertise and capabilities we learned before were not really developed enough at schools. And there are new categories of jobs. For example, data analyst, expert in cybersecurity, blockchain, and cloud. Also, IoT expert. These jobs are lack of talents, but we need more talents to serve as the experts in the new fields of expertise. So we need to change our approach. Companies need to be more active in communicating with the educational institutions so that we can create better talents appropriate for the changing needs of the companies. And in this area, the central government's role is also important. In that regard, it was, as I understand, in 2017 when our chairman mentioned in Davos Forum that we need to nurture the so-called new color talents, and we need to prepare ourselves for the emergence of new categories of jobs. By nurturing new colors, we can have new type of talents. It's not just about getting good diploma from prominent universities, but we need to nurture people who have the actual capability and competency to respond to the challenges and to be actively used by companies. Then let's look at the situation in Korea. In July 2020, the Korean government announced the so-called Korean New Deal policy, which had two pillars, Digital New Deal and Green New Deal. Digital New Deal had four important pillars. Among those pillars, one of the pillars is related to AI. The Korean government pursues to enhance the AI capability. And for that, the Korean government will make investment in cooperation with the private sector. So various businesses related to cloud and data will be nurtured, and the relevant regulations will be also improved. And the Korean government announced that it will make a huge amount of investment, about 160 trillion Korean won. And through this investment, about 1.9 million new jobs will be created. But creating new jobs should be done at the same time with our efforts for nurturing talents who will actually take the job and perform the job wonderfully. So, to achieve these targets, we need to foster the talents who have the relevant capabilities to take those new jobs in the future. So, in 2019, we created Korea's first PTech school in Gyeonggi Science Technology University and Sesseion Computer High School. So about 50 students at the second grade of high school are studying at the PTech schools. And we also cooperated with Kyowon Group, an educational institution, as well as with Myeongji College and Mire Industry Science High School, and opened Korea New Color School. So after finishing the curriculum courses here, students will be able to become the AI experts and make great contribution to the Korean AI industry. Since we created Korea PTech Schools, we thought about how we can make the good convergence or fusion between Korean high school curriculum and the educational curriculum preferred by IBM. So we made a plan for this educational curriculum. AI is not just about technical competency, but also soft skills like cooperation skills and communication skills. These soft skills are included in our curriculum. We would like other businesses to participate in this program with us. And in the photos, these are the programs we are currently operating, mentoring program, our support for AI clubs, and we also host special lectures by professors and experts for students. As such, we are nurturing software and AI talents through IBM programs. So I hope that you can refer to these case examples, and I'd like to ask you to cooperate with us to create further ideas about the education on software and AI. So we will continue to listen to further presentations by other speakers and professors, and we can talk more about this. With this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.